Hi anyone, I'm Luppi, and we are playing some more Mario Minecraft. We are still here, in the end, working on our home away from home end island. We've made a little bit of progress. We got our basic island and then we extended it a bit. It is still kind of dangerous to just wander willy-nilly. We can still easily fall off of it. On one hand, and we have to like fix this bridge, and you know what? It'd be kind of neat to turn that into something. I don't know. Like, there's more we can do here. There's definitely a lot more we can do. It's just getting there seems like it'd be kind of painful. And doing stuff seems like it could be a little painful as well. At this point in the game, do we have a pickaxe? We don't. We broke all our pickaxes. Okay. I mean, we can make one. Easy. We can make one easy peasy. Do we have any sticks? We also do not have sticks that I see. If I'm missing them, tell me. Oh yeah, how are you guys doing? Having a fun week? Having a fun end of your summer? I mean, it's not totally over, but, you know, we're getting to the end of it. We're getting to the tail end of summer. It's always a little sad. I mean, as as an adult, I kind of look forward to it not being so hot and humid all the time. That's my real-time confession. Oh, hey, buddy. Are you here to watch me fail? I don't trust myself on these platforms. It definitely seems like we could fall if we're not careful. But we'll try our best not to do that. We'll try our best to not set ourselves up for failure. Okay. Cool. And then we don't want to take this all the way down. We just need to go a little bit. And then, yeah, we'll fill in that much. And there, it's a little uneven, but if we fill in that with dirt and take the bridge back a little bit, I think that's fine. So yeah, we're just gonna be probably donking around a little bit up with the undercarriage of the island today. We've got the stone to do it. And then I would like to extend the island a little bit more on the other side. There is one thing I would like to add to this island. That being, I would like to add a pond or just an area where we can fish at some point in the future. And yeah, we do have to be mindful of jumping. We can jump off of, even while crouched, we can jump off of this, so, or at least I assume we can. Considering we can jump off, like, the one block. I don't think we've had it happen to us, so, let's try not to do that. I don't want to test that theory. There we go. When dealing with instant death, unavoidable death, let's not test it. Like, I'm not in love with gravity. I don't need to test it to its full extent. I'm no Mary Carey here. Murray Carey? Whatever her name was, you know. She had some really cool ideas about radioactivity. Definitely was kind of in love with the concept. But definitely had some very strong opinions about safety when it comes to radioactivity. And I think it's kind of controversial to have your opinion be as a professional. You know, sometimes hair just comes out in clumps, you know? She was definitely a badass of science. Also died because of experiments and lack of safety precautions. So, you know, yeah, that's not badass at all. That's actually really dumb. And I'm not afraid to call out anybody who succumbs to their own research because of a basic lack of safety precautions. Reminded of, what was it? Some, like, Albert Frost or some guy who was donking around with freezing chickens and stuff and got pneumonia. Not even joking. Funniest crap I ever heard. Not really. It's always really tragic to hear stories about, like, people who died in the past. You know, sometimes it's kind of deserved, but I mean, when you think about how horrible it is to die because of radiation poisoning, like, Mary Carey didn't really deserve that. When you think about how terrible it is to die of pneumonia, whatever Dr. Frost's real name was, he didn't deserve that. Unless he was doing really depraved stuff with those frozen chickens, and then maybe he did. Maybe he deserves to, maybe he deserved the pneumonia. Maybe he deserved worse. You never know. But, let's not focus too much on slandering dead people. The deceased. Like, I want to have more stone, but I don't trust myself not to lose it all from a misstep, you know? Like, it's going to be obnoxious going back and forth, but it's also just going to be obnoxious working on this stuff in general. So... And honestly, I feel like if we just get some of this so it doesn't look so, like, clearly artificial, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We don't have to bring everything to a dumb point. Like, that's a bit extreme, personally. But, we'll do our best here to make this look like an actual thing. That's what we want. We want actual stuff. None of this pretend stuff. We want the real thing. That's what I'm fighting for. Okay, we don't need this to stand up like that anymore. We should have grabbed an axe. It's fine, but man, we should have grabbed an axe. I'm still crouched, right? Okay, cool. Just gonna be double checking the entire time we do this just because I don't trust myself. And who would? Like, when life is on the line, you want guarantees, you don't want maybes, right? What is this? Ocean Gate? Too soon? Not soon enough? Not even topical anymore. The only people who care about the Titan and Ocean Gate are, like, lawyers, the families of the people who got pulped by the submarine, and, like, random internet perverts, basically. Of which I kind of am one. I am very much still kind of following that story too much. But how could you blame me? It's fascinating. It truly is a very fascinating story of hubris, of I don't know. It's just, man, you couldn't write a character like Stockton Rush in a fictional story. It would come off as way too unbelievable. But then it's like, well, real life has ding-dongs way more ding-dongy than anything. Apparently. Well, that's neat. Well, that's not really what I wanted, but you know what? It's not really what I wanted, though, so I'm not going to encourage it. Okay. Can I grab that one? Yes. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good end of your summer. I am trapped in video heck, so, you know, I did not really experience summer. I left the house a few times, not against my will, so that was cool. It was way too hot. That's my feelings about this summer. A little too hot for my liking. Like, I didn't even get to encounter any frogs until last week, where I found 2 living in my deck, so that was kind of neat. Like, I don't know, is it called like a... Whatever the railing is around the deck, they were living on like where the corner piece is like raised up. Like between where the big posts are for the corners and like where the top of the railing is. So that's kind of cool. I saw a few frogs just living in my deck. And then I noticed them hard enough where like one of them left completely and another one leaves a lot. And maybe that's just how they are. Like they've got their spots to like rest and hunt. So when things get a little too dicey in the woods or whatever, they retreat back to the deck. I don't know. I don't know how the frogs are. I don't know their behavior. I don't know their thought patterns. I'm not a frog. It'd be neat to be a frog, definitely. At the same time, it'd be pretty terrible. Like on one hand, you got good hops, and you got neat eyes, but at the same time, like, everything can eat you. You're not big enough to really, especially the frogs in my area, you're not big enough to eat anything else really other than bugs. And maybe the occasional, like, dead bird or dead baby bird, maybe. And you're super susceptible to chemicals, so you're constantly being screwed over by, like, all the farmers in the area around you. To be fair, that applies to everyone, though. Like, frogs are the canary in that particular coal mine, but we're all getting screwed over by chemical runoff. Don't think you aren't. It's coming for all of us. For sure. I don't know. Definitely something I'm aware of, because I used to read books about frogs all the time, and like you learn like how susceptible they are to chemicals and everything, and it's like, oh, is this stuff that can affect people? And it's like, yeah, it does. It's just not always apparent in a population or a community immediately, but yeah, it does have long-term effects on humans. And short-term effects on populations. Like, it does have a lot of effects. We are pretty stupid in many ways for allowing this to continue without stopping it. But, you know, whatever. It creates a lot of value for someone, so it's fine, right? Tragic. Yeah, the frogs I see are gray tree frogs, not green, gray tree frogs. They are a species of tree frog native to where I live. They're native to a lot of the United States, though, if I remember right. Like, they aren't entirely uncommon. It's just, we do go through summers where, like, they're literally everywhere, and then you'll have a summer where, like, you don't see any. I wonder what happened last year or this year to kind of screw them over. But we did get to see a bunch of them, so that was kind of nice. It's always kind of nice to see a bunch of the little froggies. So I'm a little sad I only got to see 2 this year, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. It is what it is. Okay. So do I want to continue this, or am I fine with this being, like, a ledge? I think I'm fine with this. I think this is okay. So now, let's decide where we want to expand. And ideally, we'd decide where we want to, because I would like to have an area on this side be an expansion. But I don't really know where, because we kind of covered that with dirt. How about let's come out... I don't know, we can come out here. That's fine. A little bit. Then maybe come up a bit. And then, yeah, we can extend from there. That's fine. Yeah, we got access to the whole dang thing. Nice. Okay, and then... gonna do that. And my idea for this is, instead of being even with everything, this will be a little bit raised compared to everything around us. So this is actually going to come up a fair amount. And then we'll extend. Is this? Okay, so that... Please don't. Okay. I was worried. I was worried that I had done something stupid. Okay. And then we'll probably try to go to the top and see if we can't start extending it and getting a platform out. And then we'll do the bottom of that platform, and do the top of the platform and dirt it up, and then... Okay, so that's our way of being. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Just the neighbor, no worries. It's okay. Yeah, you guys get to experience any wildlife where you live, where you do your stuff daily. Like, honestly, there's not too much where I live. Like, we got the deer. Too much deer. We got the coyotes. Allegedly coyotes. I say allegedly because you always hear like the old timers talk about like, yeah, I have to have my gun out because you never know when there's gonna be a coyote, and it's like, okay. I've literally never seen a coyote at all. To be fair, I don't get out much, and also also when I do, it's at the weirdest hours, so I don't know. But yeah, I definitely can understand it though, not wanting to be victimized by a random animal. I can agree with that kind of sentiment. You know, nobody wants to be preyed upon. That would definitely suck. But I don't know. I guess what are your thoughts about being predated upon by a wild animal? Pro, against? I'm pretty against. I think that would be really painful. It seems like a real shit way to go. Way to go. I don't know. You never hear stories of people being like hunted or eaten by an animal, and you think, man, yeah, that's really cool. It's really like, Jesus Christ, that's awful. How can you one up Jesus Christ on like terrible ways to die? Which is kind of a weird statement to make, but I feel like that. I feel like that if you read the right kind of stuff, like, yeah, that's just kind of the general vibe of when you get predated upon by a wild animal. It's just not a good time. It's not a... I'm hearing a thing. And I don't think it's a Minecraft thing. I think it's just like, I'm recording this really early. Like, it's almost noon where I'm at. So that's really early for like a Mario Minecraft recording. But I had the time. That's the thing. I have the time, and I won't have the time, potentially, when I usually would. So we're doing it when we can. But I don't like recording during the day because, like, you can't control what other people do. So if other people are, you know, vacuuming their car or microwaving or mowing or tearing down a tree. Like, you can't really plan for dealing with that, and that really sucks. That's not really... Maybe I am hearing the microwave. I don't know. Maybe I'm not hearing anything. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I'm having a stroke. Oh, 35 years old and already suffering my first stroke. Awesome. Well, I don't smell toast, so that, you know, that's cool. So I guess I'll have to say I don't believe I'm suffering a stroke at this point. But I could be wrong. I could definitely be suffering some sort of mental, neurological condition, I suppose. It's not impossible. In fact, if you statistically, it's not unlikely over the course of your life to experience that. You live long enough, eventually, yeah, every part of your body's gonna crap out. Oh, that's what cancer and heart attacks and literally a lot of the conditions we associate with like aging, the horrors of time. That's kind of what it is. It's just, you know, the odds play out, and eventually your genes and your DNA can't handle it anymore, so you get cancer. Or, you know, eventually the muscle that works every day, every second of your life, wears out, and you know, that sucks, but that's a heart attack. Or maybe maybe the organ you rely on to be you know, your brain also decides to crap out. That could happen. Pretty tragic when it does, but you know, it can happen. We need more stone. And then, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of horrible ways things can be or do. I may take my headphones off though, just to investigate the sound, if it's a real sound or if it's an imagined sound. So let me do that real quick. I'll be back. Oh, I know what it is now. I know what it is. It is the sound of the thing being on in the garage. What's it called? It's the okay, let me get in the place. Let me get in the place. Don't move. Don't move me. Don't move. Okay, we're crouched while I get into place. Getting into position. I'm all sweaty, so it's really hard to get into my sound blocking pillowcase towel pile. Okay. To be fair, next time we do something like that, maybe it would be a smart idea to pause the game. Maybe that would be the smart idea. That would be the winning gameplay right there. Luppi rests, falls into pit, loses everything. While investigating noise. While having a stroke. But no, it's just a machine in the garage. It's the air pump or whatever, the thing we use to inflate the bicycle whatevers. I don't know. Bicycle tires. There we go. That's a word. That's what I want to say. I'm not comfortable. I was comfortable, and now I'm no longer comfortable. So, dang it, why'd I take off my headphones? Why'd I get all out of my area? I was curious. I wanted to make sure it was a real noise, but you know what they say, curiosity, something, the cat. So I think that's enough stone. Once we get this raised up, I feel like that's gonna be enough stone. We will probably want to go around it though and kind of level it up so it doesn't, I don't know, maybe it'd be kind of nice to just have like a sheer stone cliff though. Since the rest of it looks like it's kind of like tapers, maybe that would be fine. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling here. I think that's probably okay. And I guess we'll see how we feel about it. How it looks compared to everything else. Yeah, I like recording at night because it's a little more quiet. When you hear unusual noises, it's less like what's going on that I can't control for, and it's more like, oh yeah, somebody's making toast or someone's using the microwave, and I can't control that. I can hear it, but you guys probably can't. And I know you guys probably cannot hear the air thingy on either. But I can barely hear it, and it's kind of annoying to me. A little bit. Kind of obnoxious. Why not? Why not make this look super gross? Okay. Yeah, why not? Why not let this be just the worst thing ever? Full of stone and dirt and despair. Honestly, it's not too bad. Could be a lot better. Could be a heck ton worse. So I guess we'll take it for what it is. Yeah, sheer cliff's my butt. We're filling this. We're covering this with dirt. Some sheer cliff, right? I think that's fine. And then that's all the dirt we've got. So we are going to need more dirt. Unfortunately, we're probably going to need more stone as well. But we'll deal with it as we need to. When we cross that bridge, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it, right? That's the attitude we have here. Why count the chickens when they haven't hatched? And then, can we, there we go. One Piece was crazy good this week, though. I mean, it has been since we've been doing the time skips. Or not the time skip, the thing. The word I'm forgetting. The phrase for the thing. The backstory thing. Since we've been, going through, whatever's story. It's been interesting watching it go from like, oh yeah, it's one character's recollections or a storytelling of another character's life. And then we're actually going to see a bunch of other characters' lives, because why not? Pretty fascinating stuff. Okay, we do have a little bit of stone. So my idea here is we go to the bottom, kind of figure out what we need to do there, and then maybe see about adding a pond somewhere, or a stone pool, and then we will gather more material and start finishing this up. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, we could definitely make it a lot better in many ways, but honestly, I don't think this is too terribly terrible. I'm kind of impressed with all the work we've done into it so far. Pretty good from an uncoordinated guy who gets destroyed by his own poor choices constantly. Not too bad at all. So what we need to do is probably... yeah, I feel like that's probably the play, and then come out about here. Why not? And we got a new episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. That was neat. Okay, and we're at the end of the world. Beautiful. You love to see it. If I jump there, am I going to end my own life? That's kind of the question I have from now on about things. If I jump here, will it screw me over terribly? And I'm pretty certain yes. The answer is yes a lot of the time. Really? Dang. Not even a single part. Fine jump. Okay. Hope would be... Nope, that just blocked it. Even more. Okay. Can I grab you now? Cool. Not close enough. Okay, we'll just keep doing what we gotta do, I guess. Okay. I guess if we want to get there, though, we gotta keep building. Gotta keep adding to our scaffolding. I mean, at a certain point, it might just be worth it just to keep it as a joke. I don't know. Let me get closer, I guess. That good enough for you? Yeah, that's good enough. Cool. Thanks, game. We're all doing our best here. Oh, really? Come on. Just let me... There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Whatever. We are... If I jump here, I'm not gonna fall, right? We are on the platform pretty decidedly. Wonderful. Wonderful. No complaints here about that. Goodness gracious me. Hooray. Okay. Really? Really? That's the way we're gonna do this crap? Fine. It's okay. I knew I'd have to sacrifice it all anyways. It's fine. Trees are renewable. We'll grow more. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, not really ideal, but there we go. And can I, as long as I'm standing on this pretty solidly, it's fine to jump. Would be my wisdom. Okay, that's a thing. There we go. Uh-huh. Oh, we're really close to the ship. I wasn't really paying attention to that. That's neat. What a view. I mean, I guess, yeah, if everything's on this island, yeah, we'd be really close to it no matter what, but, wow. Really makes you think. Or not. I don't know. Doesn't make me think. Okay. And then... Because, yeah, we'd want to continue... No! No, I wasn't paying attention! Oh, why? Oh, no. Wait, okay. Well, at least we're here. Oh no. Well, what did we lose? We lost a lot of cobblestone. We didn't really have any dirt at this point. Oh. The magic friendship hole was just an invisible block. Well, now it's not a magic friendship hole. I'm glad we figured that out, though. That's kind of neat. That was really weird, though. Okay. I'll take it. Huh. Okay, so what we need to do is, since we're here, we should gather more material. And I have a pickaxe. I have multiple diamond pickaxes. But do we have any shovels? And I don't want to make them out of diamonds. I don't want to make shovels out of diamonds. We've got a lot more pickaxes. Okay, we got an axe, which is neat, but not really super desirable. Oh, we have more cobblestone. Cool. I know what I need. I'm a man who knows what he needs. Okay, I think that'll be good enough. Let us gather. Let us return to our our noble doings. Okay. I guess I am it is kind of nice to spawn back here and get a chance to see what was going on with the magic friendship hole. It's a dang shame that it was just a weird glitch oversight. There was just a block placed there that we couldn't see or manipulate in any way. So yeah, that's cool. That's neat. We got that on tape. We got a Minecraft glitch on tape. Too bad it's an old an archaic version of Minecraft. Well, this is like the Paleolithic age in Minecraft years. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's not like it matters. This is Wii U Minecraft. It's fine. It doesn't apply to real Minecraft at all. It's unfortunate though. I was kind of hoping we'd just have more whatevers with the magic friendship hole. Yeah, oh hey. What the heck? Wait, is this where I extended it? Am I just digging up what I placed down? Yeah, I'm just digging up what I placed down. Okay. That's no longer cute. So we'll keep that. But this is all... Yeah, this is all natural. Okay. Got you. We are extending the mind a bit. Then that. Okay, and that, yeah. Duh. So let us... potentially think about this, and then this. And then we'll retreat to our bed. And then... I don't know. We will retreat to our bed, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. That was an unfortunate loss of material. We live in a finite world. How could we lose so much stuff? I don't know. How much stuff did we lose just going into like lava and whatever? Like, it's a fair amount. And this world is definitely a little smaller since, I don't know, we could say that like numerically it's a little smaller. When you consider all the work we have done into like securing the villages and exploring and like having the outposts, like the world's a little bigger in some ways. I mean, I know you say the world's smaller when you've explored it, but it's more traversable, more connected, less of a thing. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Am I just trying to justify my own actions, or am I being sensible about this? Tell me in the comments below. And then, yeah, we're just gonna mine whatever we can, and we'll take all of our cobblestone. Actually, I don't want this. If it's not cobblestone, why am I going for it, you know? Cobble my stone. Man, I was not expecting that we'd actually turn this into a proper mine just because we needed stuff for the for our end island exploration bit. I don't know. I hear a noise, but I don't feel threatened, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And then, yeah, we're just gonna keep getting all the cobblestone we can until the diamond pickaxe dies, I guess. Or until there's no longer cobblestone anywhere, and then we'll have to move, I guess. That's also a thing. Whatever happens first. I really didn't want to have a strip mine pit, like, right in front of the ship, but oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully we end up with a few stacks of cobble. Okay, so we got one partial one. And 2 full ones. Okay, that's not too bad. Ideally, like, again, I'd just kind of like to have 10 stacks of bolster and cobbled stone. I feel like that would be a good place to be. Because you never know, these projects do end up eating everything real good, real quick. I've got an idea for this stuff. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our diorite, and we're just gonna boop, 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 boop. And now it's not like I'm trapped in here. Hooray. And now it's not like this stuff is all up in my whatevers. Fair enough. Give me the cobbled stone, won't you? What's gravel? Who asked for all this gravel to be everywhere? I know I didn't. Okay. Someday we'll come back and we'll straighten all this up and we'll have a nice strip mine pit, I guess. I don't know. We've got so many projects to work on and finish up in Mario Minecraft. I don't think we're ever gonna actually properly make a strip mine pit. Granted, this is like, what, the smallest Minecraft world possible, so it's not that bad. I mean, I'm sure there are smaller Minecraft worlds, actually. I don't know, maybe not. actually kind of boggled that we have as many villages as we do. That's pretty wild. You don't really expect it from such a small world. I remember my original world in Minecraft on the Wii U. Oh, hey, there's a swooper. Okay. Didn't have villages at all. Like, looked for them fruitlessly for a night and realized there were none. Got really sad. But I think that was, I turned the world on supermassive, and I didn't understand that didn't change the size of the world, and it just changes the size of the biomes. So you end up with like a world with like one biome that's like 80% of the world. And then everything else is just kind of like wherever it can be on the fringes. I don't know. Okay. There we go. We can escape the pit real easy now. I mean, we always could have done that, but we can do it now too. Look at all that cobblestone. But yeah, I am not surprised we jumped to our deaths on accident. I feel like we did test that theory that gravity will claim us all. Pretty unfairly. Fairly cruelly if it wants to. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With an 8th one that's kind of partial. Cool. So then it's just finding a good spot to... It's all about finding a good spot to get dirt then, I guess. Okay, so let's break this pickaxe, get all the cobblestone we need, and then call it a day as we gather dirt. And I can't believe... Oh, hey, that's why. Gotcha. Well, now we got a cave to explore at some point. Hooray. Light that sucker up, get rid of all the things lurking in it, and we no longer will have to hear random moaning as we play this game near our base. How nice. How much cobblestone do we have now at this point? Oh, we've got a full... Once we fill up this, we got a full 10, right? That's 3, 3, 3? Okay, cool. Yeah, once we fill up this one, we got our 10 little bits of cobbled stone. Cool. Can't wait to be done with, Okay. Should have been aware of that. Oh, I know where we are, kind of, I think. Yeah. Alrighty. That was not as much of an adventure as it could have been. Beautiful. Still, though, a bit more of an adventure than I would have liked. Not a fan of falling through the floor, as it is. Yeah, we can get more cobblestone, we can potentially not fall into this mine, this cave, this whatever it is. I hear you, but I don't see you, so I don't really care. I'm finding it hard to care when I can't see them. Maybe that's a bad thing, but I don't know. When you can hear them but you can't see them, it's like why fear? Come to me, idiot. Path fine, ding dong. You're the one who has to follow your rules. I don't have to follow your rules. I don't have to heed your existence. I'm here, doing what I want. And now we have exposed swoopers to the outside world. Whether it's liberation or a crime remains to be seen. Oh, that's a weird thing to say. And we should grab food. We should grab something to eat. A little bit of a munch. I suppose we should stash some of this stuff away as well. Oh, that's cobblestone. I want that, actually. I'll take that. Yeah, if it's not dirt or cobblestone, I don't care. Hello, iron. Iron, whatever. However. Okay, so we do need to gather... Oh yeah, food. Food. I'm being a bit careless here. It is what it is. Hello, sheep. Aren't you all glad you didn't get to experience... I'm so sad, though. That was funny. I'm gonna miss my magic friendship hole. Only there for a limited time. That always ticks me off when there's food items that are like that, like only available, random new flavor, only available for a limited time. And like, I always appreciate it when that's a lie and they just like make that a new thing that's just gonna be there forever. But like, I don't know, I'm just, as a product of the 90s, like I'm just not a fan of the FOMO in foods. Like if I enjoy a food, I wanna eat it for the rest of my life, dang it. Why would you take that away from me? I'm just a guy who wants to eat things. I just want to enjoy life and eat those stupid Hostess cupcakes and the birthday frosting flavored cookies. Those things are gross and diabetes inducing, but I eat them anyways. I like them. My first experience with those was my roommate. He got some for free from the place he was working at the time. And like he took a bite of one and made a really weird face and was like, dude, do you want these? And it's like, oh yeah, I'll eat garbage. And yeah, I enjoyed them. I bought a few more packs of the birthday frosting flavored cookies. They are really disgustingly sweet though, and usually I'm not a person who can handle that. Usually I'm a guy who does get pretty grossed out, really, or not grossed out, but you know, I'm very susceptible to overwhelming sweetness, I guess you could say. But no, that was fine. I was fine. I ate the crap out of all those birthday frosting cookies. They were good. So I don't know, I enjoyed it. I don't remember if they were supposed to be limited time or not. It's just like, I remember they were a very distinct, very like novelty flavor. And that I have had experience eating them. So that's my story about cookies. Aw. Well, you know what? We're just gonna get another stack, I guess. I'm sure we can do that before before the pickaxe breaks, right? Now let's be mindful. We only need a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another full stack. We got so much stone. But that's good. That's good. We needed it. Let's see if we can't get some more. Let's find a good place to get dirt, I guess. Because this was a good spot. It is no longer a good spot. I don't know. What would be, where would the good spots to get dirt be? Because I don't want to make this all look like it's been stripped and destroyed. Neat. At the same time, a lot of this probably could be dealt with a lot better. So, I could go either way. Maybe we will claim this mountain. No, it's got trees on it. That'd be a pain. I want something easy. I want something easy to, strip away. Destroy. I gotta get out of these woods. They're everywhere. There we go. There we go. A treeless area. Or mostly treeless area. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Hopefully we get... I mean, we're not going to get as many stacks as we did with the cobblestone, because we have a lot less swings of the stone axes than we do of the diamond pickaxes. But we'll do our best. And if we can gather like 6 or so of the dirt, that'll probably fine. Like, ideally we'd get more, but, you know, we need more stone anyways than we need dirt at this point, I think. Okay, so we have almost 4 full stacks. Not very many full stacks. Okay. Like I said, 6 of the dirt should be fine. We will see how much we have. We'll see how much we'll need at the end of it all. One thing I'd say is, like, I'm really hungry. I don't know if that's what brought on the limited edition food talk or me gushing about birthday flavored cookies, but I'm actually really hungry. So when I'm done with this, I am going to get lunch. I'm going to make some sort of, maybe mac and cheese. Since I'll be done recording vocalized stuff today. After this, maybe I'll make some mac and cheese. And then hopefully I have time where because I'm recording this also because I have to wait for another video to be done. Because I procrastinated on editing Animal Crossing videos, so oopsie doopsie. So another New Leaf video is going to be born very soon. Or not really very soon, like around 2 o'clock my time. I've got like 2 hours. So we'll finish this up and then I'll eat something, maybe do the dishes, and then I'll edit videos and we'll be right on time. Perfect. So we've got almost 6. Almost 6. Okay. Can you believe I used to just mine without a shovel? What a waste of time. I say, continuing to do this. We'll do one more full stack and then we'll call it goodsies. Can you lead animals to the end? Like, if I had a lead and I attached it to a llama and I dragged the llama all the way to the end portal, I went through it, would the llama follow me? I don't think I could get it through the other end portal though. That's the issue. And I think in this version of Minecraft, the end, I could be wrong. It could be it's just one room for the end, and I just chose, and they're at like opposite ends of the end of the world. So if I made a bridge in the right spot, it might work. But I don't know. I don't know how the end functions in Wii U Minecraft. Because I know in the traditional Minecraft, yeah, that would be the way you'd do it. You just find the direction that the end island is in and just make a... I mean, it would take forever. Like, it would require way too many resources in normal Minecraft to be reasonable. But this isn't normal Minecraft. I'd be really mad if we made an island in the wrong spot. If we would have chose the other side, we could have done it. My assumption is, though, that it's just like a separate dimensional room, so you have like 2 end rooms. You have the one with the end island, and you have the other one with the like... We are not gathering more. We're fine. We're good. We're gonna get back to our base. We're going to get back to the... Actually, at this point... Why not just go, we're right here. Why not? Why make this a thing? We can celebrate. Watch me be really careless and just fall off immediately. We lose everything we've done over the last, what, 40 minutes? 20 minutes? 30 minutes? Whatever it was. Whoop. At least we have food this time, right? Okay. Like, my assumption is this is its own room, and if we were to extend bridges on each side, we wouldn't find anything other than, like, the edge of the world. But I could be wrong. That'd be really funny if I was wrong about this, and we just picked the absolute worst side to build an island on. That'd be kind of tragic. At the same time, like, it's fine. It is where it is. I appreciate that. I can appreciate what we've done here. I'm not ashamed of that. Wish I was a little bit more mindful about everything, but you know, we can't always be mindful about every little thing. I get it. It's okay. Okay, I think that's good enough. I don't expect to fall off on the top of this thing. And since we have dirt again, let's dirt it up. Let us extend our dirt. Can I cannot. Oh, hey, yeah, I can. Cool, cool. Suck it, idiot. Whatever. So how the heck did we fall off the last time? Is my question. But I'm not super invested in the answer to that question, so I don't really truly care. But there's a part that's like, what the heck did we let happen to ourselves? I'm a little invested in it. I would like to know a little bit. Okay, that could have been risky business. That could have gone the wrong way for us. So I'm glad it didn't. Why is it so quiet now? We've had music the entire time. And now it's quiet. It's just a little lull. Lull. It's a little lull. A little lull. Deal with it, buckaroo. There we go. And that's so much to ask. In there, that's fine. There we go. We will probably want to torch this up, though, to keep the stealth guys away. Yeah, that's fine. That works. I appreciate that. It is what it is. I mean, it's not super beautiful or graceful or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. It does what it's doing adequately. And so we will do that. Watching the dirt become grass in real time. Hurrah. So yeah, this is kind of our island. I don't know if it's a good island yet, but we've definitely extended it out a bit more. Probably get away with doing this. At the very least, doing that much. There we go. Not too shabby, I would say. Hopefully. You never know. It could be very shabby, in fact. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not the best thing ever either. It kind of is guilty of the same things that, like, the original part was, where the dirt is kind of just coming down uniform. Oh, okay. We'll have to figure out a way to deal with that, I guess. Although, I feel like the easiest way would be to change up the front a bit. If we have torches, let's get some torches up, though, so we don't have to worry about encroaching stilt dudes. Encroaching on my stuff. And taking all my dirt. My lovely, lovely dirt. Cool, cool. Might be a little bit overkill, but for now, when we're still in the building phases of this whole project, I think it's fine. So one thing I want to do is kind of change up how this whole front bit is in terms of dirt. And then we're crouched, right? I'm not gonna, okay. Cool, cool. If we can, yeah, there we go. So it's not entirely uniform. And then, there we go. And honestly, what I would like to do is let that do that. Yeah. And then maybe extend that out, and then we can actually, no, we gotta get rid of the wood first. Otherwise that's just gonna be trapped there forever. And as much as I loved things trapped forever, I mean, I don't. That's a very existential and stressful topic that has sprung on someone out of the blue. There we go. That's a little bit better, I would say. And then at this point, the part of me it's like, dang, all that wood is going is going away into the ether. Why? Okay. That works. Maybe crouch. Maybe crouch a little bit. Maybe a little bit of crouching would be entirely appropriate for this situation. Okay. I didn't want to waste a single thing, and yet I wasted so much. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna have to accept that a lot of it's just gonna jump away from me. Unfortunate. Yeah, why can't it all just jump right into my hands? Why do you do this to me, wood? Why do you insist on acting like this? I mean, I know you're a renewable resource, so I can't complain, but still, it irks me to send material into the abyss, never to be reclaimed or regained, gone forever. What a way to do! What a way to be! Yeah, we are definitely going to just flint and steel that whole scaffolding on the bottom when we no longer need it. I'm not even bothering mining that. That can be lost to time. We're going to set the corners and the edges and the center on fire. We are going to leave the bridge connecting everything. Somehow we'll have water. And then we will just make sure everything burns. There's a guy there. Hooray. Golf clap for him. We're still so far away. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Didn't we have an axe? Did I lose the axe? We have an axe. What am I doing? I'm just punching wood. I'm punching wood because I don't have anything else to do, apparently. Time is money, and I am wasting both of mine. Wasting my money, wasting my time, losing money, losing time. What is this? A random billionaire's life? Not really. We gotta make the most of both of our money and our time. When they say blood, sweat, and tears built this, we want to be proud, not ashamed, that we drained ourselves completely. A husk of a man. But hey, at least we made something neat, I guess. It's a bit of a joke, but hey, we made something neat, right? Why are we getting more now that we're using an axe? That's infuriating. Absolutely upsetting. Okay, so what I want to see, we're crouched, right? I'm not gonna... Okay, so we do have some leeway there. Let us go down and see if there's any wood we can pick up. I think there's at least 1 or 2 pieces. We're crouched, right? Yeah. Hey, 3 or 4 pieces? 5, 6. Look at that, it's not 0. Watch those numbers rise. Cool, cool. Not really worth it, but you know, cool nonetheless. And then what I would like to do is grab a pickaxe. Probably want another thing of wood. We'll probably want this. And then, yeah, these 3 spots were where the bridge was originally, right? Kind of. Somewhere in here. Yeah, these 3. Okay. What I'm gonna do this up like that. And then what we need is we need to make cool. Some stairs. I think that's good enough. And then I'm not gonna fall off this, right? I better not. I had better not. I'll be upset if I do. Okay. And then another set of this. Or no, do we? Oh, that's going into the ether. Cool, cool. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up this bridge from the center. Gosh darn it. Where's my axe? Oh, the dog is barking. Someone's doing something that's upsetting him. This is why I like recording at night. The dog doesn't go crazy. All the time. All the time. This is how golden retrievers are at the end of the day. Okay, but here's the thing. I also wanted to raise this up, so we're also going to have to make sure the bridge is raised up. Oh my god, dog, stop barking. Please. Apparently, when my parents and my younger sister went on vacation, when my brother-in-law heard that my parents were bringing the dog, apparently his face dropped, and it's like, yeah, I would also be met with a fair amount of despair if I heard that the parents-in-law were bringing the dog. The dog is a deal breaker, for sure. I understand that completely. And then how do we want this to go? Well, as long as I can punch, I'm gonna keep punching from here. Alright, we are crouched. And now we are making our bridge. Real beautiful music there, guys. Gotta love it. The dog is going nuts, so I don't know. I think maybe somebody pulled into our driveway. Something. Oh, the neighbors are moving. Maybe like he's barking at the neighbors have a U-Haul or something. I don't know. They had a sale last weekend, so it's always a little sad to see people go. But I didn't really talk to them much, so I don't know. And I don't even know if you guys can hear the dog barking. He's going nuts. Well, he seems like he chilled out a little bit. Maybe... maybe it's okay. You never know. I don't know. I don't think this is very elegant. It's not a very elegant thing. And maybe it would be better if it was like a... I don't know, what would be the... Like if we actually did something like that, maybe? And then we tore this all apart. That's dumb. I don't like that, but I'm doing it anyways. Wait, do we even have... We don't even have wood to get back. Golly. What a way to almost be. Wasting all of our... wasting all of our wood. Oh my goodness. On boondoggles and... who knows. I think... to me, the best case scenario would be letting that raise a little bit here. And then getting rid of all this. There he goes. He's back to barking. He's upset about something. Poor guy. Isn't that just the way it is, though? There's always something to upset a man or a dog. I know I've had those kinds of days. Just gotta try to get through it as best you can. Oh man, what a way to be. Yeah, I think having the curves be at the start and then raising up above is probably the play. But I'm not an engineer, I'm not a mathematician, I'm not a beautician, I'm not even this kind of artist. I'm just a guy wasting a lot of wood. Would you kindly tell me if it's all a mistake? Would you kindly tell me if I'm gonna break? Would you kindly tell me something new? Would you kindly tell me if it all falls through? Okay. Just gotta keep crossing our whatever. Our little void. And yeah, we are going to meet that one above us. Okay. Here we are, once again. Something, something, something. Okay, we are crouched. Why am I not? Okay. Okay, there we go. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. And here we are. Come on. One thing I am enjoying about recording during the day is I am not tired. That is beautiful. We haven't yawned. We haven't nodded off. That is wonderful. I like that. I just wish I could turn off the rest of the world around me so I wouldn't have to worry about things going awry. If only. If only I didn't have a room that was like 10 feet away from a road. If only I didn't have neighbors doing stuff or family members doing stuff. What a world we could live in. One where I was totally in power. That'd be a scary place. I feel like it's a scary place no matter who's in power at that point. Like if you have one person totally in power, like that's a freaking fearsome ideal. And then what we really want to do is, yeah. And I know that's a lot more wood, but that's why we've got this. Or that's why we've got... Yeah, that's why we got this. There we go. Easy peasy. We'll just keep going. As we go. Steady as she goes. Yep, yep. That's the name of the game. Cool, cool. We have almost completed our bridge. It's a bit wider than I mean, it has to be. Like, either it's gonna end up being very narrow or very wide. I feel like that's my one little thing I dislike about Minecraft. Like, just with the way the blocks are and the way everything kind of interacts. Like, things end up being a little smaller than you'd expect or a little too big. And I guess that's fine for what it is. But at the same time, I don't know. Nope, we don't want that there. Or do we want that there? I'm actually not sure which way this is supposed to be now. Okay, I'm crouched again. Sometimes I just have to double check. I don't trust myself not to tap the button or to do something not crouched. I know we move differently, but okay, so we do want the blocks to be blocking out the... Okay, cool, cool. That's what we did wrong here. Well, that's also what we did wrong there. And then we add our little fencing, and then we add our torches, and we have a bridge. Do I have fencing, though? Did I? I did make some. We're going to need a heck of a lot more. We're going to need so much more fencing. Like, it's not even funny how much... Honestly, that's definitely too much. Okay. It might be fine. I don't know. I don't want to make this thing so you can't fall off of it, period, you know? I feel like that's kind of the joy of a fence. The point of one. So that people stay where they're supposed to be. And I mean, I know we can definitely jump, but that's not intended gameplay. We're gonna do our best to keep fencing it up. And then adding torches so we can have our nice lit up area. And hopefully we get to a point soon where we can actually start moving stuff all up in here. That'd be nice. And we probably don't have any more wood on us, do we? Maybe we do. Yeah, we do. Okay, we've got a crap ton of wood on us. Good. Beautiful. Stunning. Attractive. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 again. Cool, cool. Oh no, don't do that. Why would you do that? And then what we should do is probably put everything away. And then check the scaffolding again. Or anything that might have dropped. I'm sure it's gone now, but you know, it's fine. It's okay. We can pretend, right? We can pretend that everything's fine and okay and dandy. Oh, wow. Actually worked out pretty well. You don't always expect it to. What I really appreciate is how, like, this starts, like, above, and then we end up, like, below. So that's kind of neat. I do kind of like this side of the bridge a little more, I guess, in that respect. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And honestly, we could raise it up a little bit more if we wanted to. But it's fine. It's okay. I'm not crying about it. Oop. What am I doing? Trying to get comfy again and didn't quite work out. Okay, so this is where we put one. Really? And then we got one more. Okay, cool. I mean, it's not the most beautiful thing ever, but you know, it's serviceable for now. Quite serviceable. Let's see if we have any more wood down here that's just persevering by itself. On its lonesome. Oh, we do actually. No! Well, it's not the worst thing, but why? My carrots. My carrots. Oh. Well, that's what I get for hitting the wrong button. Okay. Hopefully we have food there because I'm not stopping. Well, I mean, it's another dimension. It doesn't matter. It's fine. All we lost was tools and carrots, so that's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. It is what it is. You know what, let's... Oh, cool. It's been a while since we've gathered up our daily bread. Look at that. Our fields, abandoned. Plentiful. And yet forgotten. How tragic. Hey, buddies. Oh, you're after me and all this wheat. But what would I be if I fed you? I need to feed, actually. I'm the one who needs to eat. I'm making careless mistakes, so I've got the hunger. I need to eat. I'm gonna have... Maybe I'll have a sandwich. Maybe I'll make some mac and cheese and a sandwich. I don't know. I don't feel like a sandwich is gonna be very filling. Not gonna be a good sandwich. I would like something on like a real piece of bread, a real loaf of bread, you know, not a little like turkey on white bread, but like on a foot-long piece of Italian bread, or like a something substantial, you know. I'd like a sub. If I'm talking about a sandwich that I would find satiating right now. Oh my god, I'm hungry. Let that be a lesson to you. Always make sure you eat before you record. Real YouTube advice. Never record hungry. But I didn't mean to. I just wanted to jump in and knock it out, and then... Well, I got the Luigi done. I got the Luigi stuff done ahead of time, and I was like, oh, hey, I've got time to kill. Let's jump into Mario Minecraft. That's not gonna take too long, right? And, you know, it's taken the usual amount of time, and that's fine. But I am a hungry fella, and I was not expecting to be such a hungry guy. You know what, let's go to this one, and let's just take out this, and let's just have a full stack of bread whenever we get to a crafting table. But yeah, I'm a little frustrated. We fell twice. And that's not terribly good at all. I mean, it could have been worse. We could have lost a lot of stuff. I'm glad I thought, like, hey, let's put our stuff away. Only bad things can happen after we've played for a while. Got a little careless. Forgotten what our fingers are doing. Where our fingers should be. Changing our perspective instead of... I didn't change our perspective, but apparently did not crouch, so... Don't know what was going on there. Also, where is our... Okay, so it's over here. I think I see it. Through the trees and whatever. No, I don't. Oh, I overshot. Okay, I didn't see it, but we were close. Okay. All right, one final push. Let's see what we can get done. We fixed up the bridge. We extended part of the island. We gathered a lot of material. We lost a lot of stuff. We've fallen through a few times. A little gross. But we're getting... I didn't feed myself. I don't have food, actually. Please tell me I can swim. That's all we have to do. We just gotta swim into this portal. Because we can't fight an ender guy. I mean, we could. It's just, it would take forever. Let me through. Let me through. There we go. And then let's get back to our island. Oh, what a way to be. What a way to be. And then we'll put the bread away, and then we will see if we can't snag the wood again. And then... at this point, we're getting close to calling it a day, I would say. Oh yes, watching each stack disappear. One by one. Do we even have anything? We have a potato. We have seeds. I'm taking seed, I guess. Okay. Let us do this properly. There, now I'm crouched. No panic. Here in our element, all the sacrificed wood gathered up in our waiting, hungry hands. Next time, what will we do? Next time, we will probably finalize the bottom of this island, add our little fishing pond, and then start doing stuff. I don't know. We made the bridge. That's nice. That's a thing. But if we don't start doing stuff with this, if we don't live here, if we don't build, then, like, what's the point, you know? And there's a part that's like, we should just add a fence around the entire outside, like, add a wood barrier, and then just have that be a thing. Like, once we finalize our extensions, we should definitely, like, add, like, a wood thing and add fencing around it. I think that would be kind of classy. But we also have to decide, like, where do we want to add a pond? Like, do we do it here, like at the corner tip? Or do we add one? Like, I was thinking we could build a little cabin up here. Like, do we... I don't know. Or do we just stick it and have it just be this weird, ugly thing that goes from, like, the edge of the world all the way around here? Like, that could be a thing. We could do that. I don't have any stone on me, so we're gonna have to grab stone. And maybe that's what we'll do. We'll figure out where we want to have the thingy, and then we'll call it a day there. And next time we'll hopefully finalize stuff and start building, and maybe we can actually end our time here somewhat reasonably. So that's my thought, would be just take this. And like, it doesn't have to be super deep. I'm crouched, right? Yes. Okay. You know what they say, once bitten, twice shy, or whatever. What's the lowest? I kind of wouldn't mind having it be on that third one down, though. Like, how do we get that? Oh, I guess that was just where it would have been anyways. Okay. Kind of wouldn't mind having it be that deep, though. Consistently. I understand it's kind of a pain. Neat. Scary sounds. Appreciated. Hooray. Okay. And then... yeah, we just kind of, figure this crap out. There we go. And I have no idea how large I want this to be. I want it to be large enough where it's reasonable to fish out of. But I also feel like if we make it too big, it becomes, like, unreasonable. So I don't want it to be unreasonably sized, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the sticky wicket with planning this thing out, is how big is too big? How much is too far? And I guess we'll figure that out as we waste stone doing this, I guess. That'll be probably what decides how terrible this whole thing ends up being. Is how much resources do we waste making our giant end pond, end lake, a giant artificial lake for fishing and sailing in the end. Just for me. A wonderful something for me. Hooray. I do feel like at this point, I feel like this comes out enough where we can probably stop extending that so much. I would say, I would hope. Because I really don't want this to be too terribly huge, but at the same time, like, you need it to be big enough, right? It needs to be sizable. Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point of having a smaller than average lake if we can't even boat or fish on it, you know? Life is all about having fun, and sometimes you have to pay for that fun yourself. Sometimes you have to create that fun yourself, yep. What's that song? It's not easy having yourself a good time. God. I miss the old days of YouTube where it was just like YouTube poops and music videos, like anime music videos to random songs you never heard. God, I miss that so much. I mean, it still is, but now it's like VTubers and political grifters and anti-science, like people who also are trying to sell you like like their supplements. I don't know, man. If somebody is throwing down some sweet science, but they're not like providing any real like documentation, and they're trying to get you to buy like a supplement or a course on how to like be more of a man, you just gotta let other men abuse you. That's the way to be a real man. Real men get abused by other men. I don't know. I think it's a lot of bullshit. I don't like it. And I say this as somebody who has a lot of political opinions and complains about stuff all the time. I just don't think the current environment of YouTube it's not the same as when I was a kid, and like I would definitely hate to have to navigate this stuff as a young person. As an old person with opinions, like, it's fine. Like, I know what I like, I know what I hate. And I definitely dislike, it's not even anti-intellectualism, because I'm willing to argue the stupidest things all the time. But it's when it's insincere, when it's disingenuous, that's what gets me. I think that's the real kicker, is when things are disingenuous. That's what really gets me, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so we've got this. And I don't really want it to extend. I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe I do want this to extend like a little bit beyond. Like maybe curl around. Like maybe that could be kind of classy and cool. And that would kind of hide some of the how crap I am at making islands a little bit. At least a little bit. So maybe that would be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. Like, the bad thing is, if we go too crazy with this, it is going to be a pain to, like, fill in. That's kind of my issue. Because I don't want to be the guy who has to then fill in this stuff. I don't know. Like, that seems reasonable. Once we get to, like, if we extend that out any amount of distance, that's going to be a lot less reasonable. But it might look cool. And it'll definitely be a space that our stilt guy Enderman hopefully won't encroach on too much. So that could be cool. That could be nice and good. We're just gonna have to be really mindful about not falling to our deaths while working on this. That's gonna be the big issue. Avoiding doom, avoiding wasting our precious resources, and paying attention just in case, like, they actually do end up stealing some of our dirt. So we don't, like, fall to our doom. That would suck. That would be terrible. Yeah, we just gotta be mindful. I know we didn't really talk about anything real useful today, like, you know, the people protesting YouTube because it's It's deciding to be evil again. I know a lot of people, or a fair amount of people, are using like the Clippy, like images for themselves as like a protest, or just like boycotting YouTube entirely. Like that's a really cool idea. Like I'm not even being sarcastic. Like if it affects their bottom line, then, you know, if you dislike a policy of a company and you make your whatever affect their bottom line, like they'll change what they're doing, right? And I feel like it's just I feel like the censorship on the internet has gotten really bad the last few weeks. It's been a lot of different things, from credit card companies stopping deciding what you can or can't buy from Steam, to let's see, what else do I want to say here? That's not what I want to do. To the YouTube stuff, the UK passing their bill. Like, I don't know. I guess as somebody who's seen the rise and fall of ideas like SOPA and the other internet policing bills, I don't know. Like, on one hand, we do have to do something differently, because we are definitely letting down young people who are exposed to horrible things all the time and are groomed all the time on the internet. But I don't know if I trust big corporations to make the right choices and not, in fact, try to funnel vulnerable people into their websites for whatever reason. I don't know. It's again like the disingenuousness of certain actions and opinions. Like, I do agree. Young people are often victimized on the internet, and that is not a good thing. That's a very bad thing, in fact. That's a very terrible thing. But, and here's my big but, how is YouTube having people's IDs going to change that big picture-y? How is taking away the spaces that kids can interact with each other online going to help them long term? I mean, I feel like it's less tear down spaces that kids can work in, and honestly, it's kind of a question of moderation, and YouTube has been pretty firm in that they aren't going to pay people to actually properly moderate YouTube, which is kind of neat that like VTubers will have their own like moderators and stuff. Like, that's kind of neat that they do it for free. And I know a lot of people are getting paid. There's a lot of people doing it for free, but there's a lot of people getting paid. It's just, I don't know. It's wild that you can have these independent teams willing to do this, willing to have standards that YouTube as a company isn't willing to have, and that it's desperately trying to do anything it can. And that's kind of a lot of the policies YouTube adopts as a company are basically about, like, how can we avoid taking the blame for something a law will have us on the hook for? How can we, as a company, not pay people and still not be on the hook, you know? Which sucks. It's really crappy. It really sucks. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, other than, like, we do need to demand change, really. That's what it comes down to. We do need a different system. Honestly, it'll never happen, but we do need a competitor to YouTube. Like, Twitch isn't there because it's a different audience. It's a different format of content as well. I don't know. I yearn for the days where YouTube wasn't a cesspool, but it kind of always was. It's just like, was it in the forefront, or was it like was it skulking in the background? And it's like, well, it was skulking in the background when you were a kid. And it's like, yeah, actually YouTube didn't exist when I was a kid, but you know, when I was younger, when I was a preteen, when I was a teenager, like, yeah, YouTube was full of all kinds of things. Like, it used to be you could easily find porn on YouTube. I mean, you still can if you know what you're looking for. But at the same time, like, you have to know what you're looking for, and it's not, I don't know, like, it's easier to find it anywhere else. Like, it's literally everywhere on the internet. The internet exists for the sexy times. So it's interesting to see, like, all these companies and groups that want to get rid of stuff like that. And on one hand, I understand it. At the same time, though, like, I don't know. I try not to give in to those puritanical urges to just, like, wipe away all the fun stuff. I try not to. I'm very much a no fun kind of guy, though. Like, that is definitely a flaw I have. But also, like, trying to overcorrect for that flaw is also kind of a flaw. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I went to art school. I didn't go to law school. I didn't go to ethics school. I'm not a philosopher. I'm just very interested in where things will go, I guess. And very concerned that no matter how things play out, it won't be in the best interest of the people who actually do need help, who actually do need to be protected and looked out for. So, I don't know. I feel like this is a kind of a heavy subject to just drop in the last, like, 10 minutes of the video. But it is something that's kind of been on my mind. I didn't really know how to address talking about it. I don't have a plan for talking about the YouTube stuff because, like, I'm not really changing how I upload. I'm not involved in any of the boycotts. And on one hand, I feel bad about that because it's like, yeah, it's kind of hypocritical to, like, care about this stuff and then not put any effort into, like, supporting any of these boycott opportunities or anything. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I'm not explicitly against it either, though. I am pretty pro, you know, people should have their voices heard. If people have concerns, they should raise up their voice and voice their concerns. Yeah, like, duh, no crap. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is here. Probably the answer is always YouTube should do something it's not doing currently. And maybe it's not even YouTube's fault. Maybe it's just lawmakers should actually, like, do their jobs and not go for easy wins that make them look okay to their bases and should actually, like, fix society. I don't know, one thing I always like to harp on is we don't invest in the United States. We don't invest in infrastructure at all. And on one hand, it's really hard because, like, a lot of infrastructure stuff people get really upset about. Like solar, or wind farms, or nuclear. Like, nobody wants a nuclear plant in their neighborhood. Nobody wants wind farms in their neighborhood. Or on their beaches. Nobody wants... So, I mean, a lot of people want solar power. Like, I don't know. That's one of those things where, like, the more rural, conservative type people, like, if they can benefit from it, they'll gladly get the subsidy, get the rebate ticket from the government for installing the solar panels. That's something I've seen play out in my town, in my family, which is hilarious. They'll turn around and they'll be like, "Yeah, the government shouldn't give subsidies to, like, all these people who don't deserve it." And it's like, you literally got multiple rebate tickets for your solar panels you bought only because, like, it would save you money. And the government was willing to pay to save you money. I know, it's wild. I just wish we lived in a world where things made more sense and where if you say a thing, like, you mean a thing, you know? I guess that's what kind of gets me, and it's always kind of depressing, is there's a lot of people who are just willing to say whatever to get you to buy into their scam or to trick you into giving them money. So I guess just be mindful of that. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Be mindful that when people say things, they may not believe what they're talking about. Don't fall for grifts. Especially for the kinds of ones where, you know, it's not just a scam, it's a little worse, a little more insidious. Because once you've tied your identity to a falsehood, like, it's really hard to, you can't reason yourself out of that kind of situation. So I guess just be mindful as you live life, make choices and do stuff. And if you truly believe in that YouTube's choices are wrong, like, yeah, definitely get a clippy image and have that be yours and join the boycott. I'll be here. I don't care if my views go down. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta live your truth. This is my hobby. I'm not gonna slam people for doing what they gotta do. In fact, I do agree with it. I do agree with sticking it to the corporate freaks, you know? I think that's always a good idea. It's always a good idea to stick it to a corporate crap. Corporate creep. There we go. Not a corporate crap. I mean, some of the corporate creeps take corporate craps, but we're not gonna think about that. That would make us what? Creeps towards the corporate craps? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun while talking about a subject that's going to probably going to continue to be pertinent for the rest of the year, the rest of our lives. You never know. You never know when the political will is going to, like, shift, when the political winds are going to shift. You never know when the political will is gonna run out. Like, you hope it does. When you see things you don't like, oftentimes if it's earning money for someone, then it may just continue for far longer than it needs to, unfortunately enough. So I guess we'll see. We will see about that. So yeah, that is really where I'm going to leave you guys. I mean, I say that, but we're still playing around in Minecraft. I think this is a decent shape though, don't you? Like, maybe we'd have to see it all whatevered up and full of whatevers. I think this is fairly adequate. Like, it's not too... It is pretty big though. This is about the size of our island, if we're being honest. Right? Am I wrong about that? Like, I feel like the lake is gonna be... And that's fine in some ways. It's fine. Because, yeah, that'll definitely be enough for fishing. We could have a boat and that wouldn't interfere with anything. Hopefully it doesn't look too terribly garish and gross. I would like to get rid of all these little, like, stackies on the outside, but maybe we'll keep them and, like, stick a torch on them. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I just want to get rid of them. That's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All that work down the drain. Down the drain. But yeah, I guess, you know, just keep being as informed as you can. And I know that's a very vague and very stupid thing. Like, you could watch dozens of YouTube videos and read dozens of articles, and depending on where you're getting that information, you could be not very well informed at all. Like, there's a lot of garbage out there floating on the interwebs. There really is. Maybe too much. There is an unfortunate amount of stuff just floating around there for anybody to just peruse, consume, whatever. Yeah, we made a decent amount of progress today, I would say. I'm happy with it. We made it to 2 hours. We died, what, 3 or 4 times? That's unfortunate. let's see. Can I get a better view of our? I'm gonna get rid of that chorus plant. And then, yeah, that's our island right now. We extended it a little bit. I would like to touch up the bottom just a bit. Maybe go around it and just kind of like even up, or not even up, but like make the dirt look a little less uniform. Maybe extend that out a little bit more so we could actually have a proper, decent cabin. Like, it doesn't have to be big. We could fit a small house on that little bit of land. But, and we got the bridge, we dealt with the bridge a little bit. It definitely looks more like a bridge. We could probably make it look a little bit more like a bridge if we wanted to. But for now, it's fine. It's fine. And then we got our, hopefully what will be our pond right there. So yeah, our end island project is continuing to expand beyond what bounds we originally envisioned. But there were so many things I just felt like I wanted to do. It would be dumb to not be able to do everything. So we'll have a house here. We'll have water. I'd like to have some waterfalls actually falling off of it. I think that'd be neat. And we'll plant some trees, have a little farm. You know, we'll have our little self-sustaining end island. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Or maybe I won't. Maybe you'll boycott YouTube next week as well. Who knows? So, if I haven't seen you, I'll see you eventually. Bye.